Today we are going to talk about rejection when you're no more wanted in that relationship. Whether it is a relationship with a relative, a friend, a teacher, someone that you cherish. And it actually comes from the learning that I had from a situation like this. Well, I don't know if it was an actual rejection, but I was surely no more wanted there. And I had to learn it. I mean, I had to, yes, I had the eyes to see it. It wasn't the hard way, but I won't say no, it didn't matter. Yes, it actually mattered, but because I actually don't, I'm not used to have these long-term friendships. And when something is going on good with someone, I start to make long-term images and scenarios in my head and things like that. And when that happened, when she was like with someone else, and no, when she started to spend more time with someone else and pull me back, I was like, what? I thought we were friends. I thought you were my bestie. I thought this time it was going to be different and better. When the destruction of all that thing that you built in your head comes, something like that. I think you've already experienced it. And something that helped me to overcome it was it took me days. I'm such an overthinker, and it took me days to truly and purely accept it, because I'm such an overthinker. And I was like, whoa, but what happened? If everything was okay, we were friends, and I'm such a good friend. And please don't take me wrong, because when you done something wrong, you have to accept it, but you have to accept yourself as well when you're doing well. Exactly, because we are so used to see people saying, oh, I'm this and that, I'm so bad, I'm a bad daughter, I'm a bad student, I'm a bad friend. But when someone says, oh, I'm the best, I'm such a good daughter, I'm such a good friend, it is so good to hang out with me, you take them like, whoa, I think you're just overreacting, you're not that big, you're not that thing. And it's like to accept and recognize the things you're doing wrong in order to improve, but to accept the things in which you're being good as well. Exactly. Okay, continuing with the thing we were talking about. I said I was being a good friend, I was being supportive, I was doing this and that. And yes, to summarize it, I was overthinking. But what actually helped me to overcome it and learn from it was the fact that I accepted. I accepted the thing that I was in that friendship, And I also realized that when people do things, when they behave in a certain way, sometimes, many times, it doesn't have to do anything with you. It's about them. They are looking for their best, and if they think you're not good for them, they just pull you back. They just set you apart, and that is okay. But at the end of the day, you have to realize that when it comes to their life, it doesn't have anything to do with you. I mean, for example, let's suppose that they realized you're not anymore good for them. That's right, that's what they think. That was their perception about the friendship. But it doesn't I mean, if it had something to do with you, they would tell you, they would let you know, hey, listen, I'm not liking it. I want you to improve in this area. That way you can know, that way you would have something to do with you, because in that situation you would have the opportunity of improving, of doing things better. But when people just pull you back, it doesn't have anything to do with you. It's them looking for their highest good, and if that season of them doing better, it means to just, means not to be with you anymore, it's okay, because people is just looking for their best, and it's not personal. Exactly, to realize that it's not personal, it's about them, it's about the way they feel, it's about them looking for their highest best. It's the way it is. And if it has something to do with you, you would know it. You wouldn't just be pulled back. Anyways, to summarize it, what actually helped me was to be aware, to be fully conscious of that thing that I am, of the way that I knew I was behaving in the friendship. I was being a good friend. I was doing things right. I was being supportive. I was being my best. And I said, okay, I decide to stay with this that I am. And I decide to accept that they just said, I don't want to be with you anymore. And that is okay. That is perfect. I felt a liberation, guys, that you can't even imagine. I was like, okay, that is perfect. She doesn't want me in her life no more, and that is perfect. I am such a good friend. I am supportive. If you ask me for a favor, I'll be there. It's okay, because I am still being such a good friend, and that's what I am. Exactly. And I think that liberation came from being aware of yourself, but it's being like from a neutral place. It's not seeing yourself like the best if you're not, nor seeing yourself like the worst if you're not. It's like being willing to observe yourself and to be aware of that you are. If you have things to improve, you have the sight to look at that, to write it down if needed, and take action to improve it. But if you're doing well, if you're being good, to have the sight to see it as well. In my case, I just said I was doing things right. I was being a good friend. It was just her deciding to pull me back and somehow realizing or knowing that I'm no more good for her, or just that she doesn't want me in her life no more, and that is perfect. That is okay. That doesn't have anything to do with me. I am a good friend, and that is what I decide to stay with.